Hello, my name is Mohsin Iltaf, and today we will discuss about the secondary data analysis. We have the two sources of data. The first one is the primary sources, that is the first-hand data, and we collect that one data for our own purposes. And if you are going to collect data for your own purpose, we call it the primary data. The second type of data we have the secondary. The secondary data is cooked or that is already available on different websites, just like Office of National Statistics. Then we have the website just like UN Tourism, then the World Bank. From lots of sources, Yahoo Finance, you can download that one data for your own purposes. Secondary data is already collected data, so that's why the organizations they already collected data for their own purposes or on for their own objectives. But whenever you will download that one data for your own objectives, for your purposes, then we will call it the secondary data. And today we will discuss how we should treat secondary data and how we will analyze secondary data. So we have different tools to available in the market where you can analyze secondary data, but the most famous one and available tool we have Microsoft Excel. Basically, in the market, you will find eViews, Stata, and MATLAB, lots of sophisticated softwares. But normally in our computers, we have Microsoft Excel available. So today we will discuss how you can do the secondary data analysis using Microsoft Excel. Especially we will focus on correlation and regression. Here we will discuss how you can download data, how you will arrange data in Excel, and how you should check the correlation in between variables, and then we will discuss the regression analysis. The thing is that Microsoft Excel is widely available and accessible, so that's why we need to know how you can arrange the data inside Excel and then how you can check the correlation and regression in Microsoft Excel. We will discuss today about the tourism related data, and we will discuss how the tourism have the impact on different things, just like the tourism impact on the expenditures or tourism impact on the sustainability. Even sometimes we have those topics. Just like the tourists came inside some countries and they spend some money there. So how much tourists are coming in the countries and the impact on the expenditures. And the second one, we will discuss the tourism impact on sustainability even. The most of the people, when they are traveling somewhere or in one country, so no doubt they have the impact on the sustainability. So we will discuss the both one things in this one video. In the above case, we have variables. So my dependent variable is expenditure or sustainability, and my independent variable is tourism. You can have the other examples of the independent and dependent variable, just like your pocket money depends on the household income. For example, if the household income will be high, your pocket money will be high. If the household income will be low, then the pocket money will be low. In my case here, this one example, if the tourism will be high, then definitely the expenditure will be high. And what about the sustainability? Just like the greenhouse gas emissions, if the tourism will be high, the greenhouse gas emission will be high. If the tourism will be low, then the gas emission will be low. Just like COVID-19, when the tourism activities were low, then the greenhouse gas emission were. We will come to the contents. The important thing, downloading of data, scanned data. That is very much important thing. For the downloading of your scanned data, you need to first search your variables. So what is your variable? Basically, you need to know about your variables, and then you will locate the sources from where you can easily download your variables. Just like if you want to download the data related to the population statistics, then in the UK we have the Office of National Statistics website where you can download lots of data related to the population statistics, population demographics. If you need to download financial data, then Yahoo Finance, then the Bloomberg, If you need to collect the data related to the GDPs, gross domestic product, then we have the World Bank website. But in my case, I will use two websites where I will download some data. The first one is just mentioned here, UN Tourism. That's a very much a good website and lots of data available here. So in this one website, you can find the 140 key tourism statistics, and whenever you will put down the here you can find the data related to the employment, inbound tourism, domestic tourism, outbound tourism, tourism industries. Again, you can find the lots of graphs inside this one website, which here you can find the bar charts even that represent data. And whenever you will go down here, you can find some links, just like download data, where you can download. Just like in my case, for example, if I need the data related to the accommodation, it's like the homestays, hostel, click here, download data. So the data will be automatically downloaded and you'll find this type of Excel sheet where you can find the data. The best thing in this one website, it provides you data from 1995 to onward 2022. So you can find old as well as the latest data related to the tourism. And if you will means go down there, you can find the data related to all the countries. Same as this one, tourism statistics database. That is the same website here. If you will go down there, sustainability development goals related indicator, just like the 145 key tourism statistics. If you will click here, you can go to the website where you can download data, which we already discussed in our previous discussion. But I'm going to download the data related to the inbound tourism. The people come to the countries to visit, just like the arrivals. So what I will do, I will go down there, then I will click both tabs, then the sheet will be automatically downloaded on my system, just like this one. The other data I need related to the expenditure. So the sheets are downloaded here. So expenditure related data, so I will select the countries. In my case, I'm going to do the analysis on USA, and I will search the USA down there. That one is USA. What I will do, first of all, I will copy the years. I will copy this one. I will paste here the years. Just look. If you want to rearrange this one, then what you can do, you can copy this one, and if you will just uh, click on the new one, I mean box, then right click. Here you will find the paste special. Then what I will do, I will just click on the transport, and the data should be in column form. Yes. Same as I will again go to the statistics. I will copy the data related to the inbound tourism. And if you will see here, units, it's in US millions. So the data would be in millions because that one data is related to the tourism expenditure in the country. So that's why they have the different units. If you will have just like the data related to the person came inside the country, the unit would be different. For example, in the case of greenhouse gas emission, the unit would be different. So different data have the different units. So you must consider those whenever you are going to download data. So what I will do, I will copy this one data, and again I will paste there in Microsoft Excel. I downloaded data. So what I will do, I again do the same practice, copy, Then what I will do, I'll paste special. Then I will click on the transport. That one is source from where I collected data related to the greenhouse gas emission. It means the type of gases that industries are basically going to release in the air. So we can collect data from this one website, just like here. In the case, you can find data from 1990 to 2022. So I arrange my data in this manner. In the first column, you can see the years. Then in the second, the number of people that came in US. Then how much dollar they spent. So I convert the millions into normal units. Then this one data is in greenhouse gas emission, GHGE. So basically that one data is in million metric tons. So if you will see, some data is in tons, some data is in normal units, so the units are different. For example, sometimes you have the data related to percentages, just like the data related to the ratios. So you can paste here data. The next statement I will tell you how you can standardize the data and make it one unit. So for example, here you have the data uh, in normal units, and you have the data just like in the tons even. So how you, and sometimes you have the data in percentages. So how you can standardize data. So we will discuss this one thing. So what I will do, first of all, I will copy this one, all the variable names, and paste here. I'll get the log of only one unit of my data. So I created this one file. You will catch this one and drag it on all the data, and you will find the log here. The best thing in Excel is whenever you will drag down, so it's implemented on all the data series. So now the data is standardized. So we cannot say the data is in tons or in millions or in billions or in percentages. So now the data is ready for analysis. Data analysis is in Excel is simple. So what you can do, so we have the one tab here upside, that is data. Whenever you click on this one tab, just like here, data. So in the end, you will see the data analysis tab. But sometimes it's not visible in your system. So how you can make it visible in your system? So if you will click on File, then you will click on More button, Option. If you will click on Add-ins, then if you will click on Analysis Tool, and if you will click on Go, then if you click on Analysis Tool Pack, OK, and it would be visible for you here. So that's the easy steps through which you can make it visible in your system. So simple steps. So what I will do, if I will click here, so we have the lots of things just like ANOVA, correlation, covariances, lots of things here you can find. But our objective is to check the correlation. So before coming toward this one, so first of all, we need to means get the idea related to the correlation. What is correlation? So I'm again coming to the main point. This one is the a definition of correlation, which I just copied from some sources from the Google. So simply correlation, the relationship exists between phenomena or things or between variables, just like your household income is related to your pocket money. In my case, tourism is related to the expenditure, the tourism is related to the sustainability. So the important information is, for example, if the one variable is going up and the second one variable following the first one variable and going up, if the first one variable is going down and the second one variable is following first one, so that is the positive relationship. Just like if your household income is going up, and if your pocket money is going up, So that is a positive relation. Sometimes we find the negative relation in the case if the one variable is going up and the second one is going down, or they're moving in opposite directions. So we called it the negative relationship. Whenever you will see the results, so you will find the ranges. So the range is you will find the results in between -1 to +1. So -1, if the result inclined toward minus, so it means the negative relationship. If the result would be in positive, it means the positive relationship. So this one is my data and it's standardized data now. So the log, we make the data standardized. So what we will do, we will click on the data now, data analysis, then correlation. So that one is where you will find here. So if you will click on this one, is the arrows, the direction is upward. So you will click here. So here you will select your data. So you will select your all data. So all three variables from start to end, and also you will add the variable name inside. So after this one, what you will do, you will click on this one tab. Okay, and you must click this one, labels in the first row, because we already added labels here inside our data series. So that's why you must click on this one. Output range, here you will click here and describe the tab where you need the results. Again, I selected this one and you select the empty tab, and then you will click again on this one button, and if you will click OK, so you will find this one, table. In the first, in the columns, if you will find the tourist inbound expenditure and greenhouse gas emissions. On the upward, if you will find in the rows, again you will find the same variables: tourist inbound expenditure, greenhouse gas emission. Okay, tourist and tourist have the one value. It means because the series are same, that's why they have 100% exact correlation. Expenditure and expenditure have one. GHGE and GHGE have one. So now I'm going to check the relationship between tourist and expenditure. Tourist and expenditure. And here we have this one figure. The figure is in positive and 0.76. It means there is a positive relation between the tourism and the expenditure. And if you will see, tourism and the GHGE means greenhouse gas emission. So that one, again, that one is a positive. So it shows there is a relationship. There is a relationship between the tourism and GHG, because if you will see the strength of the relationship is very much low, just because lots of industries are releasing gases in there, so they are calculating as a whole. Not only they are just calculating the portion related to the tourism. So tourism has this one portion. Just like the other one things, we have the factories and all the things that are basically releasing their gases inside there. So this one is the correlation through which you can check the relationship between your variables. So again, we will discuss about in the next step, we will discuss about the regression. In the case of regression, so first of all, we need to discuss the meaning of regression and why we are using this one. In the correlation, we only check the directions of the variable. When we will check the behavior of second one variable, it's whether it's going up or going down. Good. But inside the regression, if you will see the definitions, regression attempts to determine the strength and the characters of the relationship between dependent and independent. Means how much, which one variable is contributing toward the dependent. Means how much one variable is contributing inside the dependent variable. So we are discussing this one thing inside regression. This one is the regression equation. So where y, we are using y, then we have alpha, beta 1, x1, beta 2, x2, and plus error. Where Y is our dependent variable. For example, in our case, we have the expenditure and greenhouse gas emissions. So those are our dependent variable. Uh, this one is alpha. That is a constant. For example, expenditure. Expenditure is not only because of your selected variable, just like the tourist. Okay, the expenditure is basically there are lots of variables that are contributing toward expenditure, but you want to check your variable contribution toward the expenditure. So it will tell you here that how much your variable x1, just like our variable x1 is the tourism, how much that one variable is contributing toward the expenditure, but we adjust all the variables inside the constant. And this one is the error term, where basically error term we added inside because we have some margin of errors inside statistical models sometimes. So we are estimating the errors even because error included inside this one equation. So if you will look this one, beta 1 and x1, beta 1 and x1, beta is the magnitude. Here you will add the figure, for example, 0.74. So that shows the magnitude or the contribution of x1 in the y independent variable. So here we have just like the expenditure. So lots of variable other than tourism was contributing toward expenditure. So we will adjust inside the constant. And this one, beta 1, is the magnitude of which one thing? The tourism. So we will check the tourism magnitude here, whether it's positive and negative, and then plus we will have the error inside our statistical models. Before going to the regression analysis, so you must consider or you must select here, you must know your dependent and independent variable. So X represents your independent variable, Y represents your dependent variable. So you must check your independent and dependent variables. So again, we will go to the data analysis. Here we have one tab down here, regression, and you will find this one tab. So input y range. Y, as you know, that one is your dependent variable. So select your dependent variable here. So whenever you will click on tab, you will select your dependent variable. So my dependent variable was the first, we will check the expenditure. So I will select this one, series of expenditure. Then I will click here. Which one is my independent variable? That one is the tourism. So I will select the tourism from my cases, and then I will click here. Few things are important. First, you will click on labels, then the confidence interval. Right. So I have 95% confidence interval because the values, the evidences, we need the accuracy. So if we have enough 95%, if we are confident, then we will accept those values. If error would be more than 5%, then we reject those. So again, you will click on the output file, click here, just select the empty one. Again, you will click here, OK, and you will find those statistics. This one is the regression. This one is the regression. Here you need to select some figures here. First one is this one. That one is very much important. R square, your variable contribution toward dependent variable. Or in other words, we can say if you have two, three, four variables, so you want to check your contribution, your variable contribution toward that one variable. So we have the R square. So that one is 0.57. The value is very much good here. For example, if you have the value 0.10, it means your variables are only have the minor contribution toward the dependent variable. So normally we are reporting this figure. If you want to validate this one figure, then we have this one, F value. So it must be greater than 4. It must be greater than 4. Then we can believe on R square. If it's lower than 4, it means your whole model collapsed there. And you cannot believe on this one model. And again, we will go down there. So already discussed our constants means other than your variable. We have the lots of variables got that are contributing toward your dependent variable. In my case, just like the expenditure, lots of variables are contributing to the expenditure other than the tourism. So that one is the value of constant. So we have the intersect here. Intersect. Which one is the value of tourism? This one. That was the beta value. Beta value. How much your variable is contributing toward the dependent variable. That one is the beta value. But you can only believe the beta value if if you have 95% confidence interval. If this one value, okay, I will just click on this one. So, we can believe because error is less than 5%. So if the error is less than 5%, then we can believe on this one value. Otherwise, we will reject this one value or reject the hypothesis even. So this one is regression analysis through which you can means your data analysis. I will check how much tourism is contributing toward greenhouse gas emissions. So again, I will go to the data analysis, same things I will repeat. Only I will change my dependent variable. Previously, I select the expenditure, but this time I will select this one variable, greenhouse gas emission. Click here, and whenever I click on this one variable, uh, sorry, I need to select the other space because if I will have the same space, so it will be copied there. So I selected the next one space tab. Now I click OK, and I will find this one. In that one case, just look, tourism have a little impact on the sustainability, very much little impact, or you can say no impact. Tourism have no impact because if you will see this one value, the error is more than 5%. So we cannot believe. It means there is no impact. Tourism have no impact on the sustainability. We cannot believe on this one figure.